Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green arresting AOC globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I don't know if anybody saw it yesterday, but AOC, who got the big juicy booty comment from the guy on the Capitol steps last week, pretended to get arrested yesterday outside of the Supreme Court. She was walking around with her hands behind her back like she was handcuffed, and then she forgot and went, girl power, and wasn't even handcuffed. It was pretty fucking hilarious. They are such a clown show over there on the Democrat side. By the way, please, everybody, let me know if the video and the audio are okay for a change. Hopefully they're good. Anyway, welcome to Real News Live. This is a Tell the Truth Wednesday. I'm your host, Mike Barra in Seattle, Washington. And that lovely lady, how did you get up there? That lovely lady with the lustrous hair down there in Hayden, Idaho, is Jennifer. Doreen and Jen. Okay, we had another stream interruption. Jen.
Yeah, I'm here now. Yeah.
How are you this beautiful Wednesday?
Just living the dream over here. I am fabulous. Everything is great.
Wow. Interesting. Some weird stuff happened with our broadcast. Looks like Mike Barra 333 was turned off, but let's see if we can turn it back on.
Okay.
And I know I got a strike. Yeah, I got a strike yesterday.
Are you sure it's not with the streaming software?
Yeah, I'm positive it was it's a strike. So anyway, everybody that wants to comment here in the chat, you need to go to Mike Barra 3 or Mike Barra 2. I don't know how much longer Mike Barra 2 will be up because I'm going to get nailed again on Mike Barra 2. I forgot how to log into it. I don't remember my password, so we're going to be losing Mike Barra 2 before too long. But go to Mike Barra 3, and I got in trouble yesterday for mentioning the election fraud. And it happened during the show. So yes. All right, Jen. I have the wrong caption up there. Jen, I guess rather than mess around, we will simply start with a little Jen Tell today and turn it over to you and let you tell everybody what you have to share.
Okay. So I was talking to Archangel Gabriel and God. And so I didn't really know a whole lot to ask. I just got into the major things that we saw in the last couple days. And so when we saw Putin standing there with the leader of Iran, and who was the other guy, Mike?
I don't remember. I didn't.
Was that Turkey?
Yeah, it could have been. Oh, yeah, it's Erdogan of Turkey or somebody like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they held their hands and put them up. I got information a long time ago that with the whole Jassara, actually basically with the revaluation of currencies, that Iran was standing in the way, that they were a problem. They didn't want to negotiate with, they didn't want to play ball with basically the white hats over here from the USA. So they sent Putin in, finally, because he's holding the whole thing up. I think they wanted more than people they wanted to give him. And so this is a sign that negotiations are complete. That they have made a deal, and that that person there is not going to stand in the way anymore. So we should start to see things move along pretty quickly after this. Everything. So what's happening here, a lot of things that we see in the news that don't make sense. the white hats, of course, they cannot depend on the mainstream media, and not enough information goes out to world leaders, people involved in all these operations through back channels. And for some reason, even back channels can be manipulated and interrupted. So what we're seeing here is when you have an operation that is complete, you will see something that may possibly look negative in the news, but it is a smoke signal. Long time ago, that's the way they sent a message for far away, was a smoke signal. And so when they sat down and the people that are in on this plan, the world leaders, the people that are pulling the strings, you will see something in the news that will tell you that, okay, this operation is coming. Now we go to the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I'm showing Hoover Dam. Hopefully people are seeing it. Is that what this is in essence? The Hoover Dam?
Yes, it is.
Is it a smoke signal? Okay.
Yes, it is. You can tell it's the furthest away from the actual dam. It's not going to do damage. It was done by the military or the secret operations white hats who claimed that cabal operation out. This is smoke screen across the world that checks one off. The things going up about the food processing plants, those were other operations that were complete. So, you see smoke at the Vatican. If you see something going on now, there were fires in London. There were stuff like that. I'm not saying that they're setting fires to hurt people or anything like that. But if you take a look at all these situations, they're done in such a way where there's no injuries. You know, oh, there was a fire here and nobody was hurt and all this stuff. This is to send, because the news will pick it up and broadcast it, and you will see it in old countries, and you can easily find it. And so that's what's going on with those kind of situations.
Okay, and hopefully everybody did see the picture of Putin and Erdogan and Iran. I have heard that, yeah, Iran was an issue for a long time, and you know, but that if that is resolved, then that does excuse me, that does clear the way for the financial situation to move forward. Now, on that subject, Mark Z this morning on his update, most of you guys probably are listening to his podcast at this point, in essence said that he is, the chatter out of Iraq is crazy good, that everybody believes that they are going to be getting some notification of their new rate of their currency this week, probably tomorrow when it's published in their Gazette, which is their official newspaper. He's been hearing that for more than 10 days. He's been hearing it ever since he met with some people a week or so ago. And I haven't talked to Mark personally, but that in a week or so, but that actually happened. He's been targeting this Wednesday, Thursday period for a while. And then last night, a group called the Texas Snake Group, which is a southern boy from Texas, who has a Telegram room and has been, you know, connected to the financial thing for quite some time. There was a lot of religious groups that were brought into this in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, late early 2010s around this, and they've been connected for a long time. And they did a call last night. I tried to get it out to people. It's weird. You have to be a member of the room, and then in order to be a member of the room, and then once you're a member of the room, then you can listen to the recording of the call. But you can't send somebody a link to the call, and there's no option for them to join the room. So it's a fucking mess, and people are stupid. And anyway, I tried to get the broker and some other people to listen, and I wasn't not able to do so. But I did listen live, and Texas Snake and some of the people he works with, a lady named Sheila, they are connected to some of this stuff. And they were categoric, both of them, for the first time, and to my knowledge, ever, that tomorrow, Thursday, Friday at the latest, that notifications will come down and we will start getting ready to set appointments. So Mark is a little less sure of appointments, but that stuff is going to start happening this week. They both said 99% sure. So,
well, I really feel like Iran was the last rock in the stream, holding everything back. And so when I was told this, it just felt like everything we're behind on the schedule. Because I do believe that the actual, public, Nasara Jasara, all this other stuff. So they need to have, it's going to happen in August. So it's like they need to hurry up and get everybody who gets their rates and everything paid out. So I really do think that we're going to start rolling. And yesterday I was talking to God about a different matter. And he was reassuring me that tomorrow will be a very good day.
yeah,
and I'm like, okay, because I could use a good day. That would be great. Thanks.
And tomorrow is the announcement by Christine. There's supposed to be an announcement by Christine Lagarde of who is the head of the International Monetary Fund, having to do with international banking settlements and things like that. So yes.
Well, he told me this yesterday, and I thought it was personal. And then I asked again today when I got this information. I said, "Was that just for me, or should I tell them too?" He says, "Tell them." So okay. Today's going to be a good day.
Okay.
And I really feel it's kind of centered around this because I think that would make today a very good day. So.
Yeah, Sheila said she's 99.5% sure it's good. Sheila is involved with something called CMKX, which is a stock ticker, which was involved with some thievery and fraud back in the 80s, and a bunch of farmers need to get recomped, and there's all kinds of stuff that's associated with this. So, and the broker did tell me that things are happening this week. So everybody seems to be in agreement that shit is happening financially. Let's hope it's true.
I mean, I just really feel since I saw. I mean, it's a scary image to see Putin holding hands with the leader of Iran and then the jerk from Turkey, but.
Yeah.
That turkey. But I saw that and I went, wait a minute. That's it.
Yeah,
that's been the wrench in the spokes.
This is all part of the international agreements for world peace. And, we're gonna have to take some kick in the nuts to our pride as Americans. Because a lot of evil Americans have been doing a lot of evil shit around the world and stirring things up that didn't need to be stirred up. And hopefully all those people will get what's coming to them. The John Kerrys of the world and the people like that. So again, the good guys are not who you think they are. The bad guys are not who you think they are. Everybody should expect to be surprised by a lot of things. I expect to be surprised, although one of the things I don't expect to be surprised about is that the Earth is flat. I don't.
I don't either, but hey, at this point, I don't even care.
Hopefully, hopefully things start moving.
None of my list worries here.
Yeah, hopefully things start moving, and early next week I am shopping in Las Vegas for real estate.
I can always be wrong. It has been known to happen.
Well. And it's not just us, though. What I'm saying is lots of other people who seem to know what's going on or seem to have inside contacts or saying stuff is happening, including me. I have a couple of, what I consider to be relatively inside. I got the
same information.
So, okay. So, by the way, just got another piece of contact from someone who said that when he asked if it was Iraq, not Iran, but Iraq, that was holding everything up, the answer was no. So that would mean Iran was holding it up. So, all right. So that's kind of where we're sitting. We're excited. We're on the edge of our seats. We're waiting for this announcement. I got to be honest with you. I've been in this for 11 years, and we've been to places where everybody thought something was going to happen for a long time.
I don't know if I got the same as she did, but mine's good, though.
But it may not happen. The possibility that this will happen is very strong, and it's the strongest that it's ever been. And I will simply say that, say that flat out to everybody. Okay. Couple of other things that I think are worth noting, And hi, Jen. A couple
Hi,
other
sorry,
things.
I had to tell somebody I was live on the air. They're talking to me.
Yeah, I'm on the air. Leave me alone.
I'm not just talking to Mike here. I'm on the air. Thank you.
So let's go. I want to go back. I want to do Gentel you. I want to ask a couple more Gentel questions before we go on. And I want to talk about Phil's thing the other night, where he said that the big arrest this past weekend, or that he thought was going to happen, was the public acknowledgement of the arrest of this John Podesta character. I want to know if if Podesta is going to be, I mean, he may be dead. We don't know. Is he publicly going to be exposed here in the next week or so? Because it seems that the political stuff has to go along with the financial stuff.
Okay. This is a Hillary Clinton kind of deal. There's more than one. One of them was killed, arrested, a couple years back. I think it's the original. But what you've got is a couple more that are running around that, just like we had the whole Hillary Clinton thing. We still see her talking to people. Woman's dead, right? And, shocking information that I keep getting is every time I ask Michael if he is alive or dead, and he said he was split down the middle. I'm like, wow. No, you don't normally say things like that to me. Okay. So I think what we've got going on, if you take a look at what Hillary Clinton has had her imposters, she's got her clones or whatever it is. You have someone who stepped in to do what he does and to be him, and that's who they're trying to arrest. And now it makes sense. Now it makes sense because he's dead. He was one of the first that they grabbed. This guy is like,
hang on, Jen.
Possessed beyond belief.
Hang on, Jen. I love this guy in here with the fake Mark Z pick. I'm just going to tell you what you are. You're a fag, okay? Go suck a dick. Get the fuck off my show and never fucking come back, okay? Fuck you. Bye-bye. I love just being able to talk like that.
I love you.
Thank you.
That was totally Big Brother. That was so Big Brother right there.
Well, and
clearly you're new, dude. Stick around.
Obviously sitting around. Somewhere you have what? A poster of me with white milky stains all over it, buddy? We know it's you, Dean. We know what a queerbait you are. So thanks for dropping by. All right. Having to deal with people like that.
I don't even care. I mean, I don't even care.
All right. Okay. So, well, I mean, I don't care either, but it's like, again, who knows, Jen? Maybe in a couple days, maybe in a couple weeks at the most, we're going to be living the high life, and this clown is going to be jealous, even more jealous than he is right now. So
yeah, I talk to God. I'm never going to stop talking to God. You should try it sometime. It's called prayer. And the only difference between me and somebody else doing it is I'm listening.
By the way, if I offended anybody with my use of the term fag, I sincerely apologize. But sometimes you just got to call somebody what they are.
Yeah, we're 80s people.
I use it as a
we used to
pejorative.
say that all the time.
I use it as a pejorative. Yes, we're old people, so yeah, we're used to that. All right, because I know we have some gay people in here who we love desperately. But
yeah, you use that. We didn't. It comes out when you get mad, because sometimes, I guess, just when you're growing up and it was just used like, you're a jerk, you're this, you're that, and then you don't really mean it,
Well,
nobody would ever say that and mean it.
You mean it in the context of it as a pejorative. It's like South Park did an entire episode on that's gay, on using the term that's gay. Talking about how, when a bunch of guys on motorcycles drive through really loud through the middle of Hayden, Idaho, that's gay. go watch it. Go watch it. Grow up. Everybody should relax. Just not get so upset. So
Yeah, we
I do apologize. I didn't mean to offend anybody. I didn't mean to offend anybody except that guy.
Guys, especially big brothers,
really,
if they come after the little sister, that everything's going to come out of their mouth, like, even not to believe.
Really, buddy, you would feel better. I think you'd feel better if you just sucked a dick or two. All right, can't let it go, Jen. Can't let it go. Gonna lose my sponsors. Speaking of my sponsors, please patronize our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, the CBDGurus.com. I'm all for peace and love and light, but not when people don't behave properly. The CBDGurus.com, where you can pick up all kinds of cool products for your health after only sleeping 4 or 5 hours on Monday night. I went to bed at about 10:30 last night and slept all the way through till 8 this morning using the CBD Gurus sleep gummies. I ordered some of the sleep gummies, these guys right here, and slept really, really well last night. Felt really good. CBDGurus.com. You can pick up all kinds of cool stuff, soaps and bath bombs and freeze spray to help any pain issues. There's powder mixes, there's pet oils, and you can get some special discounts if you go to the wholesale tab. Click on the Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN. Oh, whoops, I forgot to put the discount code ALIEN up. Let me get all the way down there. There it is, discount code ALIEN. And come on, discount code ALIEN, come on. There we go. And you could pick up all kinds of items that are on sale today, including the pain cream, the Miracle Gold. I got to get this Miracle Gold, Jen, because I understand it helps with stomach issues, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. The weight loss support, haven't needed that lately. It's amazing when you're in grief, you just don't eat, and you start losing weight.
Same.
Gummies and Delta 8 gummies, the immunity booster, the X-Freeze roll-on, pain roll-on, and just the overall full spectrum gummies, all on sale. And if you order $100 or more, you will receive 20,000 dong, and every order of $100 or more, excluding postage, receives 1 bottle of the 1,200 immunity soft gels for free. So the CBDGurus.com, even if you don't order from this particular sales section, even if you order from the main shop, you order something that's not on this list, make sure you let them know that you heard about it through the podcast, the Mike Barra podcast. That way they know that we are generating business for them, and they will continue to sponsor us, which we appreciate doing. Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfalaw.com this week?
Okay. I still have the interdimensional meditation classes available for you to own. They will come to you via WeTransfer. It's 6 videos. Took about 6 months to put this together. And you can learn to go into meditation in a safe way, surrounded by the divine, God, Jesus, angels, and talk to your loved ones who have passed, your pets, get your own guidance. That is available still. And that will come to you within 24 hours via WeTransfer. I have a combo deal for 5 toxin cleanse, DNA correction, full body healings. I started doing these to get all the toxins and the bad stuff out of people from the vaccine. This is my effort to help. And it has turned into the mother lode of healings. We have heard, I have heard so much, so many good things coming from this for people. So that is available. Buy 5. It's $200, big savings. And if you can't use 5 at this time, I will email you gift cards to use later on. You can get all these things individually, gift cards for all the healings. And we also still do have our psychic development classes available. Learn to see, hear, and understand your divine guidance as a divine soul connected to God in a safe way. And you can get those right now. Also, I still have my special on to get a medical intuitive reading. Oh, wait a minute. Marcy Howell is helping me with the house cleanses. It's okay. Marcy Howell's helping with the house cleanses. This woman, her and I, did a lot of work last week. She's the real deal. I don't let anybody else do this for me. And so, if you got something going on, you need a cleanse, you need a house cleanse, you need a personal cleanse, anxiety, nightmares, all kinds of stuff, seeing things in the house, contact her right there. There is a love button. People have asked me lately if I have a way to send a donation, and there it is. There's actually a love button. You can go and put any amount you want, and I appreciate that a lot. I've also got the special for a medical intuitive reading. It is my strongest gift because I do the healings. Basically, it is a scan. Jesus and I sit down, look inside your body. He highlights things, and it looks like medical drawings to tell me what is going on. People come to me when the doctors can't figure it out, and I give you the information to take back to them. I'm also including with that, if you schedule a medical intuitive reading, you get a free healing afterwards, and I will tell you in the reading how that works. There's nothing else you have to do. I just do it, and then I email you back when it's done, and whatever we found. And that's it.
Cool. All right. By the way, she said scan, not scam, with an N, not an M. So, JenniferFallah.com. Don't forget to go there. The CBDGurus.com. Don't forget to go there. And if you would like to send me some love, you can send me some love as well at Mike, paypal.me/Mike Barra and Venmo at Mike-Barra. I do appreciate it. Hopefully I didn't make anybody too mad. But paypal.me/Mike Barra and Venmo at Mike-Barra. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for all your support. And especially, I want to say thank you to everybody who supported me over the last 2 or 3 weeks since I sent my kitty to heaven. I've been very sad, and I'm not going to not be sad for quite a while. But I am feeling like I'm starting to come out of it. And hopefully I will get some communications from her in the next life very soon. She's right there, and it's going to stay with me forever. And I just miss her very, very much. And so many of you guys have, your support's been very critical to me getting through this period where I just honestly didn't want to be here, didn't want to be anywhere. Didn't want to be participating in life or anything. So thank you for that. One last thing I would like to mention today is July 20th, 2022. It is the 54th anniversary, anyway, of the first landing on the moon. There's Neil and Buzz setting up the American flag from Apollo 11. It's how many years? 53 years ago today that we landed on the moon. Took out the American flag, did the first moonwalk, and that is a screenshot from a 16 millimeter film footage of the very first moonwalk on the moon. It did happen, and if you don't believe me, let me go back through some of my Facebook posts here and remind you about truth behind the moon landing. Yeah, there it is. Truth Behind the Moon Landing. You can go to IMDb. You can go to Discovery Plus and watch Truth Behind the Moon Landing, where me primarily and a bunch of other doofuses walked you through the fact that, yes, we went to the moon and landed there and made everything happen. So congratulations to Neil and Buzz. Neil posthumously. Buzz is still with us. It was an incredible accomplishment, and given the technology of the time, and it did happen. Okay, so Jen, let's go to the phones and talk about stuff. Christine Packer's here.
Okay.
This is here. Rosemary Limo is here. By the way, 246 people in the live stream. Yeah, Mike Barra 333. It's not streaming, so you're going to have to go to Mike Barra 2 and Mike Barra 3. Soon, probably just Mike Barra 3. I'm probably on suspension for at least a month after my strike, or I don't know. I won't be able to live stream for a while.
Yeah, everybody's got to pick it up on Rumble. Is Rumble coming through?
Right. The place to go is Rumble. There are 300 people watching on Rumble, so we've got, almost 600 people watching right now, which is a really good stream for us. And don't forget, I should have pointed this out, it's mikebarra.blogspot.com. Go there. You can always pick up the Rumble broadcast straight off of mikebarra.blogspot.com.
Also, just a side note, I went to Rumble today to get the link to share it, and I couldn't find you. I couldn't find Real News Live, and I'm like, what the heck? It's in And so I went and I searched for it. I found you, and I was no longer following you. So everybody check that out. Make sure that you're following.
Refollow. Yeah. All right. Mike's participation trophy wife wearing a trench coat in the middle of summer pretending to get arrested. I believe she's referring to AOC. By the way, did you see the AOC thing last week?
I did. Immediately, I picked up on that. It's like, I'm like, okay, so she's got her hands behind her back. She's like, oh, I'm caught. She's walking, and then she's like, oh yeah, hi. And it's like, why do you have your hands?
I'm pretending to be handcuffed. I forgot. She's so stupid. It's hilarious.
The whole thing was a show.
Love. I'm taking her to Vegas to all the stupid out. I'm gonna bump all the stupid out of her. I swear to God. I'm gonna spend the whole weekend just pumping the stupid out of her. No, I meant last week where she was walking up the stairs and the guy goes, "Oh, look at AOC. She kills babies, but she's so beautiful. Look at that booty. Look at that big juicy booty." And she came over and she started to pose with the guy, and then her aide was like, No. He's commenting about your booty. Then she tried to make a big deal out.
Yeah, I saw the big deal she tried to make.
It was hilarious, and she's like, "Look at that big ass. Look at that big juicy booty." And then somebody put that with a picture of Trump's butt playing tennis next to her face. Oh my God, it was hilarious. It made me laugh. First thing, it's made me laugh in 3 weeks. How many lies does AOC have to get caught in? Before what? Rubinderan, hello, how are you? Continue your good fight. We're trying. Maybe they were really in Australia. Yeah, maybe that's why she was wearing the heavy trench coat. She was overdressed. Liberty Justice. Brooke wants to know, were the arrests of AOC, was it pre-recorded? It was so hot yesterday. Why were they wearing a coat? Good question. Was that a live event or was that pre-recorded?
No, it wasn't pre-recorded.
It was pre-recorded.
No, it was
no,
not.
It wasn't.
Pre-recorded.
It was not pre-recorded. I didn't think so.
It was a scheduled event. It was planned. Everybody, the cops were in on it. Everybody, let's do this.
Yeah, guys, I would focus right now on Mike Barrett 3 and Mike Barrett 2 and Rumble for right now. Nader from the Far East had another good. Yeah, Nader is a guy who's not in Iraq, but he knows a lot of people in Iraq, and he's fairly new, but I don't know how reliable he is. So, okay. Rona says, "Hi, Jen. Could you see what's happening to my cat Kookie's left eye? It's swollen and oozing white clear liquid. Sounds like an infection. Get him to the vet. Get Kookie to the vet."
All right. So yeah, definitely need a vet. Kookie's left eye. Jesus, let's take a look at that. So he's got a cyst, actually.
Oh.
It's not like a cancerous cyst, but something got in there. There's fluid building up in a little pocket, so they have to, give him some tranquilizer or something, get some heat on that to get it to go down or something, or maybe even just antibiotics. So I bet. Gotta bet.
Remember, tomorrow should be interesting in world finance. Remember, there could be announcements, there could be things. That doesn't mean we're going yet, but it could be the beginning of a series of things that get the process started. So,
that could be an infected tear duct because it's round.
Oh.
It looks like a cyst to me. But but definitely still needs to be checked out.
Isn't Hoover Dam where Beavis and Butthead went in their movie? I don't know. I haven't seen the new Beavis.
I don't know. Probably.
Okay, Leslie, I don't think Mike himself knew where to send them. He has it down now. Back to Barra 3 until he says otherwise. Yeah, but we got to be careful, especially with Mike calling people names on the show. So, smoke from the Vatican next. Well, what do you think happened in Rome last week? Rome burned. Huge fires in Rome last week.
Now, I was asking about that and these big fires. He said some of them are natural, some of them are set by other people trying to, people are desperate. Insurance monies, things like that. But when you see a big smoke plume going up, that's a signal.
Smoke signal. Ernest Rutland, I saw a video yesterday where Russia had built a structure that indicated the cabal was done, and then they burned it. Okay, bring those videos in. Let's watch them. Mm-hmm. Bring those videos in. Robert Zem is here. Jennifer, are there fires in London right now? I don't know. That would be on the news. Jen's not a news source, so I don't know.
I could shoot on over there and take a look, but
Sure, why not? While I'm looking for something else.
London. That fire that we saw is mostly maintained. I really don't see, So it looks like I don't know. Let's take a little more time for me to look all over London for fire. But I think what we saw before, I think that's mostly maintained or out.
Yeah. I had to go to Mike Barra on YouTube to connect to Mike Barra 3 today, and no notifications showed up on YouTube. Well, you can't depend on notifications, guys. We plan to be here every day at the same time. Plan to be here.
Or and you can join us on Telegram. I post it every time. Philosophy Telegram, on Telegram with an F.
And Rumble and MikeBarra.blogspot.com. That's how you should not depend on YouTube, because YouTube is against us. So, great Texan accent, Mike. We need to hear you do. Well, I'm just imitating Texas Snake, the way he talks. Oski says more useless trivia that lives in Oski's head. I cannot tell you what I had for dinner last night, but I can tell you a number one song from 1985. Yeah, I always thought I would do really good on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something like that, or the quiz show. But I could never depend on them asking me questions in category. I mean, I know all kinds of useless shit that otherwise would have no benefit. But they'd probably ask me some question about 16th century English literature, and it's like, well, that's not what I'm good at.
Well,
however, if you want to ask me who the number one overall pick in the 1985 NFL draft was, I can tell you that it was Kajana Carter, and he was a bust by the Cincinnati Bengals. So the last two Texas Snake shows were amazing to listen to is while I watched Mike Barra on the Travel Channel talking about UFOs. That's right. I was again on the Travel Channel last night. I was the good show in between the Ben and Melissa show. I got a twofer. That was good. Yeah, I noticed that. I was sitting there. We were sitting there watching TV, and I go to Dave. I go, "Hey, I'm going to be on TV in 15 minutes. You want to watch me?" He was like, "No." What's with all these extreme weathers, Rubinderan? It's not extreme. It's summertime. It's normal. It's hot. It's hot in July and August. It's nothing extreme about it. 107 in Kansas yesterday. And yes, did you notice that 3,000 cows did not die, even though it was 107 yesterday? It's been great here in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, it was kind of warm yesterday, 85, 80 maybe, not super hot.
Yeah, it's funny how, after hundreds, thousands of years, however long, cows are suddenly sensitive to the heat in these places. And, they're not. They find a tree. They find something. They'll travel to water.
Somebody did a mashup of Kiss doing Rock and Roll All Night and Lionel Richie's Hello, I think it was. And so it was the tune Hello, but it was Gene Simmons singing Rock and Roll All Night. And the timing was actually perfect. It was bizarre.
Really?
They didn't slow it up or slow it down or anything. It was hilarious. It's like, you show us everything. It was weird. It was really weird. It was
People are so funny when they come up with these things.
Yeah. Elton John on his final tour, Elton is doing some weird combination of Rocket Man and Sacrifice into a third song they're calling Cold Cold Heart. It's some weird mashup thing, but he's apparently doing that on the tour, on his last final tour. So
I was all excited, and I might actually go to a concert. Scorpions are coming to Spokane, and I'm like, shut up. That's my favorite band ever. I would just go.
Elton John.
Randy Porter to go to Scorpions. I think they're with Whitesnake.
Elton John, Scorpions, Whitesnake, Elton John.
Oh no.
Elton may be 75. His voice may be shot, but he's the most incredible musical talent I've ever been in a room with. So I'm paying my delivery driver Paul with Zim and Dong today. Will he soon be happy that I did it? Good question, Karen.
No. He's be like,
where's my money? My American money.
Karen.
I thought that the marker for the announcement of all the changes was the announcement of the Queen dying. Is that marker still on the table? I think so, but God, how much longer can they go on without telling us the Queen is dead?
I think we've had some wrenches thrown into the spokes this way, and things have been rearranged. I don't think. I mean, it may have. If you have a plan that's so important and it's so tight that one thing goes wrong and everything is, you got to be able to move within that plan. So, it's still going. It's still going. And I really think that, the water's just really going to start coming tumbling down now. After what happened yesterday, so.
Hang on. Okay. Is Let's Go Brandon going to declare a national state of emergency today over a fake climate crisis? Probably. But
probably, and they're probably manipulating with their big fans out in the ocean. I don't know who still has control over that to make everything really hot and dry and blah, blah, blah. Right in the middle of July, like it's not always hot and dry.
Nader for the Mideast had another video again today. Yeah, he does do his videos, but it was mostly just bitching about Frank 26. So, I don't know who this guy is. I'm suspicious of anybody new. Let's put it that way. That comes in at the end. After the revaluation goes through, can Jennifer and Mike Channel people party in Hawaii or Las Vegas? Well, it depends on how much it is. If it's a lot, I might pay for the whole party myself. So, yes, it would be wonderful to have everybody.
Well, we definitely have to go to Vegas, okay, because Vegas is fun for like 4 days. Vegas is no more fun after 4 days. I'm done there. And then,
by the third
as long as Hawaii is cool, I will be there. Definitely.
Hawaii would be good. Nancy, excuse me, sorry, I'm still recovering from the COVID that I apparently brought back from Roswell. Yes, I heard 2 other people I trust that from God that they heard Thursday and Friday will be huge. Let's hope so. Do you see the specific arrests we already talked about Podesta? So I actually got a little bit of the Iranian reals. As I understand it, they will revalue close to Iraq. Yes, Dave Barra bought some, and the government seized it before they actually illegally broke into his mail and seized the Iranian real that he tried to buy. Yeah, Susie Q, that's what I'm thinking when Jen described what happened to John Podesta. Thank you, Jen. I was confused on Phil's reporting. Okay, let's tell you what. Let's take a break here, go over to the Rumble side of things, and see who has questions over on Rumble. Good morning. Lots of action over there. Good morning, Mike and Jen. Mike, please let Jen know the colonoscopy went just like she said. One small polyp, non-cancerous. Thank you, and God bless you. That's Gary Simmons. That's what we had Gary on, I think, Monday.
Glad to hear it, Gary. Thanks for the update.
Yeah, that was Monday. What happens to the land on U.S. soil that is owned by China and Bill Gates? We take it back from them and compensate them in fiat currency. That's what I would do. 720 is also the anniversary of Chester Bennington's death, fake suicide. That's pretty weird. That's another
land owned by who?
China
land owned by who?
China and Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is confiscated. Okay, and he does not get paid back. And so remember there was that I don't know if it was the executive order or whatever it was that said that if you had been found to be colluding with foreign governments or to interfere in an election or whatever like that, all your assets will be confiscated and not given, that has a lot to do with the land. I'm not sure if all of it from China, because I do think that China bought legitimately some of that, but depends on who bought it.
Yeah, but it's like the Chinese Communist Party, no, fuck you. Here's your money back. Get off our land. That's what we should be doing. So that's because national sovereignty is going to become critical in the future. So absolutely.
I just heard 75% of it will be bought back.
Yep.
25% will be confiscated from these two individuals.
Damn, Rumble, you
entities.
are pissing me off. Stasser Caster wants to know, what will the dinar and dong pay? Nobody knows. You won't know until you go in there. Mark Z and even the Texas Snake people talk about rates a lot. So if you want to know about rates, go in and look at that stuff, or go look at Judy Byington's reports. Hubert's mom says, I get the dinar recaps email. Is that how we will get the info for the currency redemption, or will it come from someplace else? No, that's a great place to get it. That's a great place to get it. Joe wants to know, do the Tier 4B people get to talk to a real person answering the 800 number given to them to call? I believe so, yes, but I'm not positive, and don't take my word for it. Hey, Rumble watchers, hit the plus button. Dusty Mole said, yes, there is a fire in London. They are blowing DUMBs, deep underground military bases, up. Is that true, Jen? Is there some fire in London?
Well, I know that there was.
Yeah.
I'm just looking to see if they're doing the operations underground. Yeah.
Stasser Caster says, Mike, what do you think again, I can't tell you what the rates are. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to be. I hope they're high. Stasser Caster also says, I love the old original 70s Scorpions. When Ulrich Roth played guitar, check out the Some in Trance, Jen. Okay. Oh, In Trance. The Scorpion song In Trance. Cool. We're not going to talk about Ivana Trump. Tom Fitness Hot says, Mike, I'm a metalhead and my hubby is not. He took me to an Elton John concert and he was awesome. The old guy can really put on a show, and it was 3 hours, no breaks. It was so good. Yeah. I saw Elton John in 75 for the first time. It was a 3.5 hour show, hour and a half of older songs, and then 2 hours of everything from Honky Chateau forward to that time. And it was an incredible concert with Elton and his band. And that was back when he could still sing. So Dave Barrett just sent me a text message. Vol hungers. Means he wants me to make him some breakfast or something. He didn't have a goddamn stroke, I wouldn't be making you anything. Nancy would like to know, Jen, will my brothers learn the truth about the jab? Oldest brother Ron, will he sort it out about the jab? Will Ron ever figure it out?
Somewhat, but still in denial. Because this is what you're going to find, is that people are going to be like, holy crap. But they're going to, oh, no, that won't happen to me. That won't happen to me. Because they can't, well, I've had 3 jabs, but it worked out fine for me.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a lot of denial.
Yeah, there's a complete clown named J. Michael Straczynski who wrote Babylon 5, who's just going on and on about how stupid the anti-vaxxers are. And he's had all of his jabs, and he's had COVID, of course. And I'm sure I picked it up from somebody who's had the jab in Roswell. That's where I picked it up, if in fact what I had was COVID. Did I have COVID? Is that what I brought home from Roswell?
No.
It's just a cold, just con crud.
Yeah, so we got colds and flus, and we've always had.
But then Dave tested positive. Dave picked up something right afterwards. Dave tested positive for COVID. Did he get it from somewhere else, or was it a false positive test?
It's false positive test, and it also picks up other things. Katie had a damn sinus infection. I told her she had COVID, and I'm like, this kid's had a sinus infection on the same month of every year. Check your files. Same symptoms.
I thought what I had was a sinus infection, and what Dave had was a sinus infection. So. Rubinderan wants to know, why am I so much of a problem for helping people? Am I wrong? No, you're not wrong, Ruben. You're a wonderful guy.
No, Ruben, you keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job. When you put yourself out there and you give, there will always be takers, and there will always be the dark ones who want to stop you from doing that. And I've lived through that. You can't let him. You know, he is a wonderful human being and a surgeon, and gives of himself to make sure that everybody's okay and it is done actually right. And no, don't you ever think of that about yourself.
You know, Rubinderan, if all this is true, I'm gonna set up a healing center on my friend's ranch in Arkansas, which already has a lot of wonderful healing properties. And if that's the kind of work you want to do, I'll fly out to be the head doctor out there. If you want to live in Arkansas, so you let me know.
He truly is God's helper. Truly is.
I'll hire you. Jennifer, will I get a chance to say that Mike said to the guy, "Fuck, suck a dick" to any local politicians? Mike should not have said that, guy. Sorry.
You do what you want, Oski. You probably will anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Toxically masculine Mike. Yeah, well, okay. Probably shouldn't have F-bombed that guy. But my husband hates to fly, but if you have a celebration party out west, we will drive out west. I think we'll set up one out west and then one out east with Mark Z, and have a big party with Mark and his folks.
Where's he at?
He's in North Carolina.
I want to go to the Carolinas. Yes. I've got family in South Carolina.
We need to be thinking about what we want to purchase. Get the feeling. 10 acres. Why not 300? My car is 10 plus years old. May look into that as well. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Frederica says I say that all the time and I'm gay. Okay, well, thank you. I feel like I've got to pass on that one. So, party in Las Vegas after we cash in. Sounds like a plan.
Yep, Uncle Ron, you better be there.
Bill's Mafia Hitman. I can't click on that. Well, we don't know that it was Dean, but who else would be that kind of an idiot? President Joe Biden said Thursday the United States is not going to wait forever for Iran to rejoin a dormant nuclear deal, saying he'd be willing to use force against Tehran. See, so the fact that Iran is now aligned with Putin is now Biden going to try to start a war with Iran.
World War.
Yeah.
Wait for that.
What he's going to try to do.
Critical error.
Laura says she needs a t-shirt and a mug that says, coffee mug that says, "I'm all peace, love, and light," and a little "go fuck yourself." I like that. I like that. When we started, yeah, well, you know, I gave it a shot with Fetzer and Dean, and they're both nutbags. So, my son Don, who lives in La La Land, is going to Washington D.C. for a dual masters convention. It's a game. Flying from San Antonio to D.C. and back Friday, Sunday. I guess they're asking if it's going to be a safe trip.
Okay, Alice. Dawn. It'll be fun. Yeah. It'll be fun. Don't worry.
My first episode was a Tell the Truth Wednesday. It was Mike by himself. The next time was with Jim. Dina the cuckold. Okay, all right. Dean the cuckold. Okay, yeah. By the way, Dean, I fucked your girlfriend, just so you know. Tracy. In fact, she had sex with everybody, pretty much everybody except you.
So wrong. I mean, that's just so wrong.
I know.
That's so funny.
I did it. My wife just made a choice to leave her comfort zone and take a spontaneous and solo trip to Costa Rica for a week. What growth or lesson is the universe hoping she'll learn from this trip?
All right. That struck me funny. I'm trying to get over that. What? Okay. Now what? What are we doing? All right. Comfort zone.
Curry's wife is going to go to Costa Rica for a week.
Okay, let's listen. She just has to get away. She needs to be able to collect her thoughts in a place that is not here. And we're seeing that a lot right now because people, even though everybody's like, yeah, everything's okay, they've been cooped up and restricted for a couple, 2.5 years now. And, we have you think things are back to normal, but people really aren't taking their vacations. They really aren't getting away. And I think she really needs to do that. And I think when she comes back, it's really just about her having some kind of freedom right now.
I know the feeling, Mike. I lost E.T., my Chihuahua, in 2019. It took a while, but we got your back. The thing is that the amount of love that you give and get from your pets, you have to understand you're going to feel the equivalent grief. And, as that poet Bono put it, there's no end to grief, which is how you know there's no end to love. But that doesn't make it any easier when they're gone. So, I had a dream a while back that there was no water or electricity in Las Vegas. Yesterday's fire gave me a start. Yeah, that would be a little scary.
Interesting. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's interesting.
You need to bang the liberal. That was kind of what I was planning on. So. AOC looks like she's had fat injections. She's fine. My October leave is fine.
I'll donate some if she really wants some. I will pass it along. If she wants some fat.
Janet McClellan. Thank you guys for all you do. Jen, my husband Marty is ready to retire. Do you see him retiring soon?
Yeah, within the next 3 months.
I bet Mike would like to arrest AOC. No, I wouldn't, but I'd be happy to handcuff her to something if that's what she's into.
Okay.
Might have been covered already. I love making Jen uncomfortable. Might have already been covered, but was Newsom really in the White House when Biden was out of the country? And if so, why?
I heard that's not Newsom.
Mm-hmm.
So his stand-in was he there? Not that White House. So there's another one, like the one they film things in. That's where he was.
Mike, what's your opinion of CERN? I agree with Simon Parks on this one. I think it's under control. I don't think it's something we need to worry about.
I don't see a whole lot of truth about him in the actual White House itself. So if you saw something,
I didn't
hear anything about that. But
by the way, Phil did stick to his guns that Newsom is dead and gone, and this is a double. And you just confirmed that you think it wasn't him; it was a double. So
I think that's true.
Robert Zem says, my girlfriend bought tickets for the Houston show and I don't want to go. I assume you're talking about Elton John. You can have them, Mike. Could I take your girlfriend, Bob? Because I've seen your girlfriend. I'd be happy to go to the concert with her. Girlfriends. Cool. David Murdos wants to know, Jen, if I sell my sub shop, will I be okay financially and be successful at real estate? Oh, he's thinking of a career shift. What do you think? Should he sell a sub shop and be successful at real estate? I don't know.
Is that the most successful route for David? Yeah. At this point in time, yeah.
Real estate will be the most successful.
I'm not sure about the tail end of that, but actually selling the shop before, I would have told you no, hang on to it. But at this point in time, I do think that it might be the best option.
Andrea says, Jen, thank you for the help the other day. I really appreciate you in big capital letters. Lanny Wallace is here. Hi, Lanny. Meow. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Jen, why won't they ship dong to Texas? It's not even on the list. You should be able to get some. Or order some on eBay. Or, well, of course, that's shipping.
I don't know.
Vietnamese dong. Or go to an airport. Find a currency exchange near you and ask them if they can get you the Vietnamese money. Get at least $1 million of it.
There's just like red tape reasons for that, and I can't really pick
it
apart.
$1 million dong is like $70 if if it revalues to 47 cents, which is one of the rumors, it's
Has
470.
something to do with like currency coming through the mail, something like that. I don't know. It's just Texas policy.
Post Joy, will my niece Brenda and her husband Greg get the house they're looking for in Santa Fe, or is real estate going to fail next month with the economy? Well, then they'll be able to get it cheaper, won't they?
Will they get the house? Yeah, but it's been about a month and a half. So when did she say looking for in Santa Fe? Yeah, they will find something. Month and a half. It was from this point on. I feel them getting a house there.
Yeah, I'm sure David Wilcock. I'm sure Donald Trump is going to hang out with David Wilcock after this is all over.
I would. I think that'd be an interesting conversation. That'd be really interesting.
Okay, Chester, thank you. I lost my job in '75 due to calling in late to stand in line for Elton's concert, and my boss's sons were in line and saw me and ratted. Well worth it. Yeah, that was when he had incredible stamina. He wasn't too coked up at that point. It was an incredible. I saw both of the Rock of the West shows. They were like 6 hours of Elton, and he is. I hope he ends up being clean, because he's or clean up anyway, because he's an incredible musical talent, one of the greatest of all time. Pineapple juice is supposed to be really great for coughs. Maybe I'll get some pineapple at the store.
But it just burns the heck out of my stomach. I mean, it's just too acidic.
The steroids are calming everything down. What happens is, everything gets inflamed, and then the air conditioning irritates my chest. But I do, almost got in a fight at Target yesterday. So,
Great.
Road
rage, I forgot.
Thank God I left the gun in the car. So, Arkansas is beautiful. I'm sure there are places in it that are beautiful. But I have reasons for wanting to go there. So, okay. Mike, you remind me of an Eastern time zone guy. Oh, no, I am West Coast. I am Mike from the West Coast. How can we have Jassar and Assar with any fighting between countries? Are you sure they're fighting? Sure they're still fighting? Some things I can't click on in here. Nancy says, Mike, we lost our family dog a few years ago. Thinking of the best times with them helped, and knowing physically he's not hurting anymore. Yeah, and you guys remember the little girl Shay? Her mom has a special group where she works with an intuitive, and they talked to Aurora the other night, and I'm anxiously awaiting some notes to see what that session had, what that little girl had to say to me. So, Jen, is there plenty of water underground in Arizona? We're going to wrap up here, Jen. I hear the water shortages Arizona has always endured are unnecessary.
I do see pockets of water table under Arizona. Certain parts, no, where it's very, very red and very, very dry. That would be really deep, but I do see pockets across the landscape where there are closer to the surface water table that could be accessed. That's what I'm saying.
Dorinda Cardio. Hi, Jen. I tested positive for COVID this morning. Will I be okay? And how long will it last? Get some Ivan and Roxy.
Basically, you have an upper respiratory infection. It's not necessarily COVID, but it picked it up. I would just do everything you know to do if you had a chest cold. You can message me for a free healing. I'm going to be doing healings like every day, you guys, for anybody I'm behind on, and get them all done. But send me a picture and your name, and I will send you healing.
Okay.
For free.
Get out with it for free, but taking her with you is probably going to cost. What exactly are you proposing, Bob? Did you see Elton do Benny and the Jets? Well, of
Bob.
course. I think Elton. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Okay.
Wow, Bob.
I think Elton's done Benny and the Jets at every show of his entire life for the last 50 years. Pineapple has more sugar than Coke. Yeah. And Steve, you're the one who's into it, the sugar stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Besides cashing the dinar and dong, when will the money come in for those of us old enough to now be retired? Yeah. That's in the August. That's after August, after the announcement.
That would be the mass public Nasara Dasara announcement, the cancellation of debt. I did originally see remember a long time ago that there was that not everything happened at once. That it was almost like, okay, now we're canceling the credit card debt, now the mortgage debt, now the you're gonna hit refunds in the mail, and now we're gonna change the retirement to 55, and now we're doing so. There is a rollout.
Yeah, a step-by-step rollout. Yeah, and because I think it was actually Mark who was talking the other day, who said they tested it with the stimulus money, and what they found is that people just stayed home and didn't work, young people, and so what they need young people to still be productive for the economy to work. And so they're gonna set the retirement age at 55, and you don't get paid your birthright. He actually mentioned the birth certificate and the birthright. You don't get compensated for that until you hit 55. That's the way they're gonna do it. When you should be allowed to retire and enjoy your life anyway. So, but yeah, they need the world to be. They need the world. We need people to be productive. Best concert, Van Halen. Second best, Scorpions. You don't have very good taste. I'm just kidding. Best concert.
Which one? With David Lee Roth or
Yeah, with David Lee Roth or Van Halen or Van Hagar. That's the question. AC/DC, Back in Black Tour, Rush, 1980. Rush is awful. God, Rush is awful. Metallica,
love Rush.
Alice in Chains and Suicidal Tendencies, Iron Maiden, Live After Death Tour.
I went to that. No, not 84. I was just barely alive.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
I went to Iron Maiden when they had the big Eddie come walk out on the stage, that giant puppet, and that was pretty cool.
Rolling Stones. I did see two nights in a row. Ted Nugent was the headliner. Cheap Trick, one of my favorite bands in the world, was a second bill, and the opening bill was a brand new band from Australia named AC/DC with a guy named Bon Scott as their lead.
That
was incredible. 2 nights in a row. Great show. Nobody knew who AC/DC was. We sure shit knew after the show.
AC/DC and Scorpions is like the background music of many of my memories.
Nancy Panzarella wants to know the question. Okay, Nancy, I'm going to look for your question, and I may have skipped it for a reason.
Ask again.
But ask again. Type it in quickly, because then we're getting out of here. Because I have to go feed Vol. Vol hungers. If you know Star Trek, you know what that means. Yeah, not seeing it. Not seeing the question. Come on, Nancy. Hurry up. I'm a metalhead. Earth, Wind, and Fire. AC/DC. Jay-Z is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why? He's a rapper, which means he doesn't have any musical talent. But Iron Maiden is not. And Duran Duran, I think, is finally going to make it this year. They should have made it 20 years ago. Okay, Nancy, come on. Type your question. Okay. Yes, we did miss it. I would have asked this had I known it. Unemployed again. Any thoughts on a new job?
46 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. Not 46.
Well, I think
4 to 6.
No, 4 to 6. I originally heard 6, and then I saw 4. So there may be some kind of wait. You get the job, and then you're in a couple weeks, something like that. You'll find it. It's something that you know.
Okay, Monique, thank you very much, Monique. I just got some love from Monique. I appreciate that very much. Okay, Jen, it's going to wrap it up for Tell the Truth Wednesday. I'm Mark Z's talking about redoing his Whiskey and Wisdom from Thursday to Wednesday. I don't know if we're going to do it tonight. I don't know what's going to be on. I'll try to let everybody know.
That's
on
a good
Telegram.
sign.
And so I'll let you know what's happening the rest of the week. Jen and I should be back for Free Reading Friday, barring any major issues. Jen, any final thoughts before we head out today to enjoy our Wednesday?
Stay positive, trust in God. God said it's going to be a good day. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
God said it is going to be a good day. All right, don't forget the CBDgurus.com. Pick up some great stuff. Like I said, the sleep gummies really helped me last night. I got a good 9 hours of sleep. I feel really a lot better. The CBDgurus.com, promo code ALIEN, ALIEN. We love you guys. I'm planning on being back for Deep Thought Thursday. I'm also doing Shift Happens podcast with Gigi Bressler, only because I have a thing for his sister. But that'll be Friday. So I may skip tomorrow. It just depends on what happens and what there is to talk about. But I love you guys. We will see you again, Jen and I, on Friday. And have a great one.